Welcome back for another deep dive. You know how some people collect stamps or coins? Well, today's die is for those who are captivated by something a bit more sparkly. Gemstones.
It's true. Gemstones have that alluring quality.
They really do.
And what's even more captivating, I think, is that each one carries a story. A story that's millions, sometimes even billions of years in the making.
Okay, now we're talking billions of years. You've got to give me the inside scoop on how these natural wonders form.
It all starts deep within the earth, under unimaginable pressure and heat.
Okay.
Take diamonds, for example. They crystallize in the Earth's mantle, a region so deep it's easier to reach the International Space Station than to venture there.
That puts things into perspective.
Yeah.
So we're talking intense heat, intense pressure, and a whole lot of time.
Absolutely. And this process, where molten rock slowly cools and solidifies over eons, we call that magmatic crystallization.
Yeah.
It's how many gemstones, not just diamonds, are born.
So like rubies, too. Those always remind me of fiery depths.
Exactly. Rubies, with their deep red hues, they are another prime example of gemstones formed through magmatic crystallization. The presence of specific trace minerals during this process is actually what gives each gemstone its unique color.
So the type of mineral soup brewing down there determines what we end up seeing sparkle in a jewelry store, huh?
It's more like a geological pressure cooker than a soup.
Okay.
But you've got the right idea.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to another fascinating process called hydrothermal deposition.
Okay.
Imagine, if you will, superheated, mineral-rich water coursing through cracks and fissures deep underground.
Okay, I'm picturing something like an underground network of veins pumping this hot mineral cocktail through the Earth's crust.
An apt description. As this hot fluid travels, it cools and precipitates mineral along the walls of these cracks. Over vast stretches of time, these mineral deposits crystallize, forming gemstones like emeralds and amethysts.
Emeralds, with their lush green color, always seem like they held a bit of magic. It's amazing to think they are born from these hidden watery depths. But we've covered gems formed from cooling magma and gems formed from these hot fluids. What's the third way?
That would be metamorphism, a process that truly embodies transformation. Imagine immense tectonic forces colliding, generating incredible heat and pressure that can literally reshape the Earth's crust.
So we've got these gemstones forming deep underground through these incredible processes you've been describing. But how do they transition from those hidden depths to, say, a display case at a museum, or to even someone's ring finger?
That's where things get really interesting. You see, after a gemstone forms, it doesn't just sit there patiently, waiting to be discovered. It embarks on its own geological journey.
So these gemstones are like tiny adventurers traveling through time and rock.
Exactly.
I'm all ears. Tell me more.
Some gemstones remain in their birthplace, those pockets within the earth where they first crystallized.
Okay.
We call these primary deposits. Imagine, for instance, venturing deep into an ancient volcano, into the very heart where molten rock once surged upwards. That's where you might find diamonds.
Talk about a treasure hunt. I can only imagine the thrill of discovering a diamond in its raw, natural form, nestled within the remnants of a volcano.
Precisely. It's like uncovering a piece of Earth's history, frozen in time. Now, on the other hand, some gemstones are real globetrotters. Over millions of years, forces like erosion and weathering can dislodge gemstones from those primary deposits, carrying them away on these incredible journeys.
So it's like nature's way of redistributing these treasures, sending them out into the world.
Exactly. These wandering gemstones are often carried away by rivers and streams.
Okay.
Imagine a gemstone, perhaps a sapphire, that originated deep within a mountain range, being swept along by a rushing current.
Wow.
It tumbles and rolls, becoming smoother and more refined with every passing mile.
And eventually, this well-traveled gem settles down in a new location, becoming part of a whole new landscape.
Exactly. These areas where gemstones are redeposited and concentrated, we call these secondary deposits.
Oh, yeah?
Picture a vast, sun-drenched plain where a river has meandered for centuries, depositing sediments and, you guessed it, gemstones along its banks.
I can picture it now. Bending down to sift through the sand and gravel, the sun glinting off the water. And then there it is, a flash of color, a hint of sparkle, a gemstone just waiting to be discovered.
You've hit the nail on the head. These secondary deposits, particularly those found in riverbeds and alluvial plains, are where a significant amount of gemstone mining takes place.
We've talked about the incredible journeys gemstones take, from those fiery depths to winding rivers. But let's get to the part where human ingenuity comes in. How do we actually extract these treasures from the earth?
Yeah, that's where the world of mining comes in. And it's a fascinating blend of science and engineering and a touch of adventure.
Uh-huh.
The methods used to extract gemstones, they vary, depending on the type of deposit and the gemstone itself.
Okay, so for those primary deposits, the gemstones' original birthplaces, what's the typical approach?
Well, if the deposit is close to the surface and quite large, miners might opt for open pit mining.
Okay.
Think of those massive excavations. You see them in aerial photographs. Huge terraced pits carved into the Earth's surface.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine the scale of those operations until you see them firsthand, whether in photos or, if you're lucky, in person. But what about those gemstones that are deeper underground, hidden away in those more stubborn pockets of rock?
That's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
To reach those deeply embedded treasures, we turn to underground mining.
Okay.
Imagine a labyrinth of tunnels and shafts, meticulously carved through solid rock, leading to chambers where gemstones await.
It sounds like something straight out of an adventure novel. The thought of venturing into those subterranean depths, following veins of precious minerals, is both exhilarating and a little bit daunting.
You're right, it's not for the faint of heart. Underground mining is a complex operation, requires careful planning, specialized equipment, and a deep respect for the power of the earth we're working within.
Now, what about those secondary deposits we talked about? Those alluvial plains and riverbeds where gemstones have been redistributed by nature's hand. Surely those extraction methods are a bit different.
You're absolutely right. For alluvial deposits, miners often use a method called, you guessed it, alluvial mining.
Okay.
It's a much more low-tech approach than open pit or underground mining, but no less fascinating.
Okay.
Picture this. A group of miners, perhaps working a river bend, using pans and sluices to separate the gemstones from the surrounding sand and gravel.
So it's like panning for gold, but instead of searching for nuggets, they're sifting for sparkling gemstones. It sounds almost meditative in a way, working with the flow of water to reveal these hidden treasures.
You've hit the nail on the head. Alluvial mining, it's as much about reading the landscape, understanding how water moves and deposits sediments, as it is about any particular tool or technique.
This whole journey, from a gemstone's formation millions of years ago to its eventual discovery and extraction, is simply mind-boggling.
It really puts things into perspective, doesn't it? Next time you admire a gemstone, whether it's a diamond ring or a sapphire necklace, take a moment to appreciate the incredible journey it took to get there. It's a story of intense geological forces, vast stretches of time, and ultimately human ingenuity. And thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the captivating world of gemstones.
Absolutely, it really is amazing, and thank you to you for walking us through it. It's a reminder that some of the most beautiful and valuable things in life are the result of processes and journeys that are often hidden from view.